What if the simplest way to rest in your business this month and really in general isn't necessarily by doing less, but by knowing what matters most? You don't need to overhaul your business, but you do need to understand where your money is actually coming from. That's what we're going to dive into today. If we haven't met yet, I'm Amy Circa, money confidence coach and bookkeeper, and over the last 13 years, I've helped over 1,250 women get out of survival mode and make money simple so they can feel safe, clear, and confident with their finances. No shame, no restriction, and definitely no giving up your coffee to get here. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. We are in the middle of kind of like a mini series on rest without guilt. And today we're going to talk about your business because we're feeling a lot of pressure in your business right now. Like, should you try to end the year strong? You need to fix everything before January. Should I do a final push? I'm looking at my revenue numbers. I'm not where I'm at. All of the things, right? But here's the problem. Most entrepreneurs don't actually know which offers or which efforts are actually generating revenue. And without that clarity, everything around you, all the noise, it feels urgent. And without the clarity, you feel like you need to try all the things. We need to do all the things. It feels like it's your responsibility to like somehow make it happen, make it poof out of the air, whatever we want to do it, okay? We're going to create some clarity here so that you have the calm. We're going to get out of the chaos so that you can feel centered, feel calm, and make the decisions knowing that your business is taken care of and make aligned decisions to rest, what to let go, all of the things that we talked about the last 2 weeks already, right? So there's one number, your one thing that I want you to do this month. There's one number I want you to focus on, okay? We're calling it your revenue clarity number. What your revenue clarity number is, where did your last 5 clients actually come from? It's simple. You can find it, right? Hopefully. We've got the systems in place. You can find it. If not, ask them. We're going to stabilize your cash flow because we're going to stabilize your focus. We have to block out the noise, right? There's a lot of noise in the online space. And we'll say like this strategy or this strategy and this and this and this and this. Here's the thing. Most, if not all of those strategies, they work, right? Like it's not about finding the right strategy. And we feel that pressure though, because so much of the marketing, and it's gotten a little bit better, but it's like, you need to do it this way. We need to do this. This is the thing that's going to give you the success. And we feel like we're missing something, right? Remember, you're not missing anything. You're not broken. You're right where you need to be. So it's not which strategy is going to work. It's which strategy works for you, which factors into your energy and the way that you run your business and all those things. Which strategy works for you? And we can talk about like when you're doing the thing that you enjoy, your marketing, the strategy that you enjoy that lights you up, it's going to work because you're not creating resistance. You're in alignment, you're in your energy, and people are going to be magnetized to you because of it. So maybe your last 5 clients came to you from referrals and conversations, and I'm going to tell you how to like find this, okay, right? But maybe they didn't. Maybe they came from your email list. So why, if your people are coming from your email list and buying, why are you trying to do the networking events that you don't love? I'm feeling the pressure to do that. And like, I've kind of got my hand raised here because this was me for a while and I've let that go. But my people do come to me from my email list or they buy through my email list. Okay. We're going to talk about your energy and how to be able to see that. But to be able to know and feel in alignment, saying no, let's start with the revenue clarity number. Okay. So how do we find our revenue clarity number? Write down your 5 last clients or the 5 last payments even that came in. And if you don't have a system set up like a CRM or anything, pull up Stripe, pull up PayPal, whatever it might be. What is the source? Like how There's almost like two here, but how did they buy? Let's start with that, right? How did they buy? Did they buy because of a sales call? Did they buy because of an email? Did they buy because of a DM conversation? What is it? And look for the pattern. Like, that's the source. That's the thing that works for you. So in December and really moving forward, right? Do more of that. And then we also can talk about like, how did they find you? So there's like the traffic source and then the revenue source. But right now, focus on the revenue source. We'll dive back into traffic in January or when you're ready. But focus on that. When you know what's working, you'll stop trying to be everywhere. When you know what's working, you stop feeling behind. And when you know what's working, you do less of the things that aren't as effective. So then you get to do less. And we're creating, first off, we're reducing like the mental chaos that is going on in your brain, which we're going to talk about in a couple of weeks, even more so, because people underestimate how much that factors into your success. Like when everything is in your brain that you're trying to remember what you have to do, like it's not settled. And people talk about like we're in a trust recession and all of those things. Yes, but really what it is we become more educated, more aware, more in tune as buyers. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like we're going to weed out the people who aren't legit. And I think if you're watching this, you're one of those legit heart-centered people. So let's take care of you so that when people are ready to buy from you, you're in a clear, energetic place. So they're like, yes, that's me. I'm ready. But again, reduce the mental load. We're going to have the priorities. You know what to work on in your business without feeling guilt. Like take the time off if you want the time off. Whether it's now, whether it's next month, like it's okay. All right. So here is a quick check-in with your revenue clarity number. Okay. So if you wanted to go like next level, because we could start like just leave it at that with the high overview, you know what your revenue clarity number is, that's your goal for the week. But if you wanted to take it the next step further, do a weekly check-in. So look at any new clients, new leads that came in for the week or for the month. Are they coming from the revenue clarity source? Okay. And then what's one thing here, like one thing this week that will make this feel like a success and feel clear? Again, we're not creating more hustling or more like trying to fix everything or reinventing your whole strategy or trying a new strategy. Like it's not about that. And I know so many of the things are starting with like, make your year plan now, do all of those things. And I will tell you, not all of us are supposed to plan that way. So if that feels like a to you, okay, first off, like I'm one of those people. So we can talk about like, and I have the unstoppable vision inside my unstoppable experience that we talk about how we do this. If you're not somebody that does that structured thing, like I can show you how it works. But start with this. Start with clarity. Give yourself the permission to slow down, to do what feels aligned. Calm your business, stabilize your cash flow, give yourself the permission to rest. And if you're feeling motivated and you want to do all the things, fantastic, do it. I do kind of have to laugh at myself because I was working on something yesterday, filling out you guys can call it like a questionnaire of sorts that was talking about like my work practices and when I work, when I'm most inspired, morning, afternoon, evening. And I was telling them, like it kind of varies, but it's very rarely evening anymore. I've really leaned into like taking that time for myself, all of those things. So I answered that yesterday afternoon. I was up until 2 a.m. last night working just because it was like all the ideas. So It can fluctuate. So if you're motivated and you're wanting to do more, I guarantee you can find more things to work on in your business. And you know what they are. And again, we'll get to the productivity in a couple weeks. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, because that strategy alone, from the bonus that's in the Unstoppable experience, like that is almost worth all of it. Because we underestimate the power of this. And it's not even really a productivity habit. It's a productivity principle. Okay. All right. So, because clarity without emotional safety still leads to chaos, if you haven't yet already, grab my money mindset playbook. It is my free private podcast and PDF guide to help you build the mindset foundation that makes this simple business shift actually work. Okay. And if you are not on my email list, make sure to join. I will put that link in the show notes as well, amycirca.com/email. My email list is getting early access to a money magnet challenge and a bookkeeping simplified course that's coming out. They're both going to go on pre-sale, super huge discount, all of those things. They both really build on what we talked about today. So grab the money mindset playbook. Actually, if you grab the money mindset playbook, then you're going to get the emails. So 2 for 1, all set up. That's it for now. We'll see you next week when we're going to dive into the one thing to work on, to focus on when it comes to your personal budget, to be able to rest and take that time for yourself without the guilt. So we'll see you then. Bye for now.